Save up to 50% off roller blinds, sheer curtains and vertishears at ABC Blinds mid-year makeover sale. It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Good morning. Hi. Welcome to the show.
Hey, morning.
Hello, you.
How's things?
I'll tell you how's things. I spent probably way too much time yesterday thinking about our ticket hog.
Oh, yes, Tanya.
Tanya.
Ticket hog Tanya. Because right now she holds 8 tickets to Friday's Live. So Mariah Carey, Pitbull, Wiz Khalifa, everyone coming to town. And she's got all 8 tickets. And she can keep all 8 tickets. It's just other people are trying to get her to give them up.
Well, she kicked it off yesterday, right? Now, after 7:30, you listening, you can call up and you can have a chance to try and convince her for a double pass, okay? But yesterday...
Chantel gave it a crack.
Oh, my goodness.
I would have given Chantel the tickets. If I were the ticket hog, if I were Tanya, I would have given them to her.
Really?
Yes. She had a terrible story.
She could have been lying with her terrible story.
I believed her, and I think I would have given them to her.
Tanya
is holding tight. She won't give them up.
It's just, wait till we're going to, in about 20 minutes time, we're going to play you back the phone call, right? And it's going to rip your heart out of your chest, especially when she reveals that this story was true.
Well, and there might be...
goodness.
I think it might be worth listening to, too, because if you want to find out where the weaknesses lay within Tanya the ticket hog...
Oh, yeah, great point.
Because that's what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah, you're trying to crack her.
Ticket.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. Best call wins. The best.
Now, earlier this morning, I did say that I had an amazing story about a person getting kicked out of the Vatican by the Pope.
Yeah.
I'm saving that for another day.
Okay.
All right? Because,
why's that?
Well, something grabbed my attention this morning, and it was when we had Lani on to play pop quiz.
Oh, yes.
And she's from a piercing studio, but it's a generational piercing studio. She does body piercings. Her mum owns the studio. Her aunt's in there as well.
Yep.
And I said, hey, what's the weirdest place somebody's been pierced? Lani, just quickly, where's the weirdest place somebody's asked you to pierce them?
Someone's forehead.
Does it push out? Does the body reject it?
Yeah, because it can be too tight on the forehead. I don't do the weird stuff. Mum does the weird stuff.
Oh, please. Would she? Can we talk to your mum one day?
Of course, she'll tell you it all.
I want to talk to your mum about the weird
She's
stuff.
been doing it a long time.
I'm bringing that forward.
Yeah.
All right, 13 10 60, the strange and weird body piercings that you have.
Okay.
Right? Now, this is a best call win, so you need to go your hardest.
I don't want... Oh, see,
What?
As soon as we got off the phone to her, I actually started looking at piercing.
Did you really? What did you find?
I'm so disgusted. Do you want to see this one?
Yes, I do. Show it.
Okay.
Show it to
I'm
me.
just going to say to everyone, it's called a vertical eyelid piercing.
Show me. Oh, my God. You can't show me things like that before
What's
7 o'clock.
that?
What
What
the
is
hell?
that?
That's a proper...
Vertical eyelid piercing. It is a piercing that is going from the top of the eyelid.
Does that person have an
down
eye
to
in
the
there?
bottom?
Does that person
like
have
the
an eye in their
underneath?
socket or what?
No, I think they've taken their eye out.
Oh, that's insane.
It's missing an eyeball.
See, this is okay. So I'm sort of taking inspiration from yourself and producer Rami, right? When you did something like this about tattoos. Do you remember the calls that came through on tattoos?
Oh, God.
Is that another
Achilles
one?
piercing. An Achilles piercing.
Gee whiz.
It's through the Achilles.
That looks like a bolt either
it's
side
not-
of the Achilles tendon.
It's... Okay, 13, 10, 60, have you got a weird piercing? Surely there's none of these going on.
I don't know.
Achilles.
So through the Achilles.
Vertical eyelids.
Just in a weird place, right? If you've got a really weird place that you've got a piercing, give us a call.
You say weird place, but let's be honest, Pete. You also just want them to call up if it's not super weird, but it's also kind of interesting because I know you're going to have questions.
Of course I'm going to have questions.
If there's anything in anyone's nether regions, you're going to be like,
Yep.
let's talk.
Let's talk.
I actually enjoy a piercing. I was more into piercings than tattoos when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I don't mind them, but I have spent now a good few minutes Googling body piercings in places that people wouldn't expect.
I've slowly watched your face go from its usual colour to the same shade of green that you're wearing in that jumper.
Some of these are pretty gross.
Yeah.
Like, not just painful. Some of them do look painful, but some of them are just gross. Like, The gum piercing.
Okay, so through
In
your
there.
gum. Oh,
In
through
there,
like actually
at the
above
top of your teeth. So your two big front teeth.
Yeah.
At the top there, a piercing through that.
That'd just for me.
It's too much.
You know what? I don't find that disgusting or gross. But I can feel it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
What
when I say I
about
can
an
feel
eyelid piercing?
No,
Eyelid piercings.
Doesn't that scratch the hell out of your
I've
eye?
seen multiple eyelid piercings this morning now.
Have you really?
Or my personal favourite, actually this isn't my favourite because this one was just interesting, through the butt cheeks.
What do you mean through the butt cheeks?
Through the top
As in connecting them both?
They actually explain it in this article. They say, you know, when you pull your underwear down just a little bit and you get a little bit of butt cleavage at the top?
Oh, yeah.
But they put the piercing through there.
Do they put like a tiny little miniature roll of toilet paper on that bar between the
bar.
two? Imagine having that, right? It'd be like your own sort of weird bidet.
I think that taking out the award for the weirdest piercing today is the uvula.
The
uvula piercing.
Uvula?
You know the
What's
you
the
know,
uvula?
You know in cartoons or when doctors put the popsicle stick on your tongue and they go say ah, and you see the uvula at the back, the little hangy, droppy, tonsilly looking
the thing that looks like a punching bag.
Yeah, that.
They don't get that pierced.
Okay, sure
With
they
what?
don't. With a piercing, with a piece of
Like as in
jewelry.
like the one that goes. Is it like a little diamond stud, or is it like a bar that goes through it, or
Okay,
what?
here you go. It's a ring. This one in particular in this photograph is a ring.
Get the hell out!
Yeah,
That's
right?
gross.
I feel unusual.
You know what you could do? You could put a little bell on that,
I don't want to look at these.
and
in
so
the
every
morning.
time you go like the bell would ring.
I don't want to look at them ever again.
Hey, we have some calls. This is what I was hoping for this morning, right? Do you remember the time when you and our producer Rami did something similar to this, but you asked for tattoos?
Oh, vaguely.
And in particular, like genitalia tattoos?
Vaguely.
Vaguely? Oh, good. Let me remind you, because these were amazing. I went and found this audio. Have a listen to this.
James, what do you have?
I've got a lightning bolt.
Okay, how big is the lightning bolt?
Oh, it's not massive. It's only small, like a Harry Potter scarf size, sort of. It's so the missus can ride the lightning.
Stop it!
Robin, you've got a tattoo. What do you have?
Morning. I've got a cat holding a love heart, and it's on my technical name is a mons pubis.
Okay.
So that's the female part of the anatomy on the front where the hair grows.
Neil here. Neil, your mate Corey has a tattoo.
Oh, good. We used his name. He's going to love that. Neil, tell us about Corey. Let's make his day at work a bit interesting.
Yeah, so he's got a dollar bill tattooed on his shaft, so because they like playing with money.
Oh, my God.
Right? That's why I blocked it out of my memory.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just Googling Mons pubis.
No.
No, don't do it.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
On Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins, it's yay or nay.
My fellow Australians.
A very special political edition of Yay or Nay today with the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Wonderful to be back here in beautiful Perth. I've brought the rain.
Yeah, thanks for
haven't
that.
you?
Everyone's pleased with it. People
Yeah, it's
are
good.
saying to me it's been
We've turned our sprinklers off.
too
It's
dry.
time.
Yeah, it's good.
We're ready.
Mate, are you on a cloud at the moment? Because you just, speaking of, it was raining votes for your party in the last election. It was over before it began.
It went pretty well. It was good to have a Saturday night of the election where you are pretty relaxed by early on.
Right.
Some people have said to me, wouldn't it have been better if it was closer? And I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
the sort of guy who wants to win my team to win by 20 goals, not one. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and you've avoided the awkward situation of having to sit in any job interviews and tell them what your negative traits are. Like if they're like, tell us the worst thing about, I'm a perfectionist, I work too hard.
Yeah, well, I was confident and said that we would be in a position to form a majority government, and we were. So now we have to repay that trust that we've been shown, not get carried away, implement what we said we would do, and that's what I brought the entire cabinet here yesterday afternoon. We had a great meeting here, and that, I think, symbolises the fact that we won't forget the appreciation that we have for the way that West Australians have voted and the confidence they've shown in us.
We appreciate that. We're going to play a round of yay or nay. So, very simple game. You get a 3, 2, 1 countdown. I'm going to give you a topic, yourself and Kymba. Then you'll hear that countdown, and then you have to immediately say whether you are yay for it or nay for it.
Okay.
Are you ready to go?
That's a pretty simple game. I can do that, I
Very
think.
simple game. All
Manageable.
right. And then we discuss. Okay, here we go. Number 1, influencers getting involved in political campaigns.
3, 2, 1.
Yay.
Yay.
Nay?
Nay for you.
Yeah, I don't really know. What are your thoughts? Why yay?
Because politics shouldn't be about just people in suits and old blokes essentially pontificating behind a keyboard. It should be about everyone participating, and the more people get involved, the better. And one of the things that so-called influencers represent is just new media. They're just a different form of media and engagement, and you've got to get to people where they are. I mean, one of the things I do, as you know, here speaking at 94.5 is I love doing FM radio, not just AM or Four Corners or what have you, because that's what people are listening to, and it gives you an opportunity to get that feedback.
I hear what you're saying, but I think if influencers, it's that thing where you go, if people are influencing to say, hey, I think you should get involved in politics, work out how it works, go and research your parties. But if people are just going, I'm voting what you're voting, Taylor, then I don't think
like
it's
Abby,
cool.
Abby Chatfield
I
back
want
in the
people to
Greens.
think for themselves.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, and she did that. I did her podcast. She's a Green supporter, but she had me on to pitch my view. And why wouldn't you want to talk to that audience and talk to people who are engaged, who won't listen to the nightly news?
And other forms of media.
But they will listen to that. And why is that any less legitimate than some of the talkbacks on some of the Sydney radio stations I'm thinking of, for example.
We don't worry about
You don't even have to move it to them. We know we don't know what we're talking about.
But they're very different from, I mean, Perth AM radio is very different from some of the Sydney stations who just yell. Like, you go on their stations and it's just them shouting at you. And that's what they do.
I have one more for
so
you.
So they're trying to influence opinion as well.
One more for you. A little lighthearted one here. Valentine's Day proposals.
3, 2, 1.
Nay.
Yay!
We thought that might
Come on.
Thought that might
Come
be
on. Bring the romance here.
I'm sure, is it romantic or is it lazy? I mean, you could have picked any other day. Do you not have an anniversary date even? Like,
now, I will never forget, nor will Jodie, the day I proposed.
And
it's a really...
That's kind of my point.
No.
It's lazy, mate. You could remember another day. You know you
it's
can.
not.
I believe in you, Elbow.
Why need to?
So
what we're going to have Christmas Day not on December 25th each year?
No, but it's just if you proposed on Christmas Day, it's lazy. It's already Christmas. Like Valentine's Day is already Valentine's. It's
about love.
Yeah. It's
gee.
so funny because I think blokes think differently. Like, for a time there, I had an alarm set on my phone that would go off at 7 a.m. every morning, where I'd send my wife, it would remind me, send my wife a nice message for the morning. And
Isn't that good?
Well, when she found out that I had to set an alarm, it didn't go down very well.
You're a bloke, mate. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Every day I do, mate. Yeah. Hey, Prime Minister, great to have you in.
Fantastic.
Good to catch up with you, mate. We'll catch up with you again.
Good to be here.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
How many tickets do you want to Friday's Live? That's up to you. On Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. I'm a ticket hog.
We found our ticket hog and we introduced you to her yesterday. Good morning, Tanya.
Good morning.
Tanya, you've got a difficult gig because we did give you 8 tickets to Friday's Live and people are calling every day to try and take them off your hands. First attempt yesterday, you didn't go for it.
No, you said no. Now,
Chantel called up with an incredible story.
we're going to play the audio here, right, because it was wild. And then we're going to come back and just ask you how you've been the last 24 hours. Okay, so hang right there. Have a listen to this.
it would be amazing if I could get offered these tickets because I've recently found out after 13 years my partner's been cheating on me for 6 of it.
What?
Yep.
13 years in and you found out they've been cheating for 6 years.
Yep. Oh, no.
Oh, my God, Chantel.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Six years they've been cheating. So
is it it's over then?
Yeah.
It is over. You've had enough.
It is, yes. There's no trust coming back from that.
Right.
So I definitely need a really good girls' night.
How long ago did you find out?
2 weeks, just before I went on a business trip.
And how? How'd you find out?
So there's a page on Facebook called Are We Dating the Same Person?
I
put his picture up.
You put his picture up?
Yep.
Did you have suspicions?
And found 2 people. Yep.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Ticket hog Tanya, how's it feeling? You've heard Chantel's story.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's not great.
Do you have any questions for her? Like, would you like to know a little bit more about, what's happened and how she's going? And
Well, I think, are we breaking her already?
No.
Have we broken her already?
No.
Tanya, you do seem very sympathetic to Chantel's situation.
I am very sympathetic. Like, that is really bad.
It's just a girls' night. Like, she could go with her friends.
can I ask you, honestly, do you think Chantel's telling the truth?
Yes.
Why do you think she's telling the truth?
She just sounds sincere about it.
Yeah.
I think so too. She had a lot of answers for the questions.
Or
didn't just come off the top of her head.
No.
Or she's an incredible actor.
Well, either way, but I guess our final question here has to be, Tanya, are you prepared to give one of your doubles to Chantel?
Unfortunately, Chantel, I'm really, really sorry about your situation. But I'm going to be a ticket hog today.
She's hogging the tickets for herself.
Wow.
All 8 still remain with you, Tanya.
Yep. I feel really bad. I really do. But, like I've been going through a lot as well.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
Like I would really love for a lot of my friends to be around me as well.
Oh, it was explosive drama, day number 1. And Tanya, you've come back to join us for day number 2, where we're going to have more people try and do this. Now, we've said they can lie, they can do whatever. How did it sit with you yesterday when you got home? Because you said, I'm going to keep the tickets, Chantel, I'm not giving them to you. But did you keep thinking about Chantel?
I did, yeah. I felt really bad for her. My daughter was here, obviously. And she was like, Mum, I really thought you were going to give her the tickets. But, yeah, I don't know.
It's harder being a ticket hog than you thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
But I stand by my decision.
I feel like you're nervous. This is the thing. You were talking such a big game to our producers when you're like, I'm Tanya, the ticket hog. I'm not. They're not going to be able to break me. I'm hardcore, like all that sort of stuff. And now you're in here, and the decision is on you. You look nervous.
Nope.
She's not. She's saying she's not nervous.
Just not nervous.
Holding all your cards close.
Yeah, holding my cards close.
All right. Well, let's see if we've got someone who can convince you to let some of these tickets go. Good morning, Christie.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good. Christie, do you want to chat with Tanya and just let Tanya know why you would like to get a double to go to Friday's Live?
Of course. Hi, Tanya. My name's Christie, and your story yesterday really struck a chord with me. My dad has been in my dad has been in Hollywood private hospital for probably like 4 or 5 years now. He also has Alzheimer's.
Aww.
And it's been a really, really tough journey for me. So I can really understand where you're coming from.
Christie.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
Christie, how long have you been dealing with this, Christie?
4 or 5 years.
5 years-ish. I don't know the exact.
Oh, my God,
And
Christie,
Tanya, you very kindly shared your life yesterday, that you were saying that this is what you're dealing with your mum, and it's been an 8-year journey and a very difficult one. And that's what Christie's referring to when she heard you talking.
It's so hard to relate it to other people who don't understand. I don't know if you feel like
hard.
that.
A lot of people don't quite understand it unless you're actually going through it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's the kind of thing you don't want anyone to have to understand.
No,
absolutely.
absolutely.
You would never wish it on anyone.
We have to deal with it in our own way. But I do feel.
Yeah, go on, Christie.
Sorry. The reason I would love 2 tickets is I would like to. There's a nurse at the Hollywood private hospital that she's really supported me a lot through this, and my father. And I'd really love to take her to give her a treat.
Oh,
yeah,
that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Tanya, we didn't say the job was going to be easy.
No,
Being a
definitely
ticket
not
hog
easy.
is not easy. You currently have 8 tickets to RM2 Fridays Live to go and see Mariah Carey, Pitbull, which you're a big fan of. You could share 2 of them with Christie and still have 6 left.
Yeah, I could.
Oh, Christy, you broke our hearts here. What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Tanya?
Look, Christy, I'm going to give you 2 tickets to go to Friday's Live.
Oh, yay!
Thank you.
Oh, Christy, our hearts are breaking for you. We're so sorry you're dealing with that. Tanya's giving you 2 tickets from her stash so that you can go and take the nurse from Hollywood Hospital.
Jeez.
Oh, thank you.
Even just listening to you now that you got the ticket, you sound so relieved. You sound so happy.
I am, yeah.
Oh, Christy.
It's a chance to give something back, but also a chance for even you and Tanya to connect. I think finding that connection with people when you're feeling so alone is really important.
And Tanya, you got tears in your eyes a little bit because this is hard. This is close to you. Hey, Christy, I got to ask.
You can't tell me. Don't tell me.
You've got tears in your eyes as well.
There's no way that the producers could put that to air if she's not telling the truth.
Because we
way.
don't know whether or not you are telling the truth. Are you telling? I've got to ask. Are you telling the truth, Christy?
Don't. Oh, I feel I'm the biggest asshole in WA right now.
Oh my God,
Christy,
it's
no.
not true.
I have a very close friend that has Alzheimer's though, so it's only a half truth.
Whoa! Oh, I did not see that coming.
Oh
My God.
God.
Okay, Tanya.
What the hell?
What are you feeling?
Oh, geez.
I don't know.
Wow.
It's hard, you know.
Of course.
I
understand because Christy, that was a very bold move. It did get you 2 tickets to Friday's Live, though.
With a sour note, though.
Wow.
Christy, that changes.
Who are you really taking, Christy?
I don't know.
Wow. Who are you wanting to go and see?
Pitbull, but now I kind of don't want the tickets.
Oh, Christy, I don't know what to say.
You can't do that.
We're bringing Christy back on Friday to give him away.
Are you, Tanya? Are you okay? Because that is.
Yeah.
Because you and your mum and
I
Christy,
felt that.
That is one of the most astounding
Okay.
lies I've ever heard in my entire life. I don't
Well,
even
this
know how to
game
feel.
Got
changed.
both of us. Got all of us.
This game changed quickly,
Oh,
guys.
it did.
So, Christy, you've got 2 tickets. Enjoy your tickets. Tanya, our ticket hog, Tanya, you still have 6.
Yes.
Oh, God. I feel like I need to give you a hug.
There's another chance tomorrow to try and take the 6, but this could change everything.
All right. Make sure you're listening after 7:30 tomorrow for your chance. This has just gone nuts.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
Dear Kymba.
Are you currently co-parenting? If you've split with your partner and you're having to deal with the life of co-parenting, we could really use your help. 13 10 60 for this one, because this guy's written in saying, Dear Kymba, my ex-wife is moving her boyfriend in and he will now be living with my 2 young children. I have never even met this man and now he's going to be spending more time with my kids than I will. I'm really struggling. I know I have no right to demand that he can't move in. It seems I have no rights to dictate who can be around my kids, and I feel like I'm being replaced. I don't know where to go from here.
Oh, wow.
I would imagine this happens quite a bit.
Yeah, sure.
Because when your relationship splits up, obviously that allows people to go on meet somebody else. And
especially if you're
don't-
young parents, young kids, you're meant to go on and meet somebody else.
And you don't get the choice. You don't get to say to your ex who they can and can't date.
Yeah, but can't. I would have to. I'd do it. I'd say not who you can and can't date. Like, say for example, myself and Liz busted up.
Yep.
God forbid. And she went on to find somebody else.
Yep.
Right. I wouldn't dictate who it is she goes out there and finds, but I would have to say something if I'd never met the bloke, and she was like, he's moving in and we're moving in together and the kid's moving in.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I just could not let that happen.
This is icky because I sort of go, the fact that they haven't met is also strange. But this is really difficult because you don't get to make that decision, but it is so important that the people who are around our children are safe people.
I'd need to know.
And I don't know that you know anyway. Like, if you'd met him a few times, is that enough? Like, I think it's always going to feel frightening when you've separated and you're leaving your children with people that you're not familiar with or people that you wouldn't have chosen. Or, like, I think that there's more going on here. I think that this dad is also feeling very sad about the fact that this other guy gets to spend more time with his kids.
Yeah.
It's not just about the safety of the children. He's saying it's like he feels like he's being replaced.
There's clearly a lot more going on there. I'd love to know how long they've been together for, the new bloke and her.
And I don't know if it would change anything. I suppose it's bad if you go, they've only been together 3 weeks. That's going to be it. But, what kind of say do you have over this with your exes? I'd like to hear, if you are going through this, give us your thoughts, tell us what you're experiencing and maybe help this guy out. Penny, you're a single mum. You've been dealing with your ex.
Yes, I have been. And he has every right to meet this bloke first. I assume the kids have already met this guy for him to be moving in. But before he officially moves in, he has every right to ask to meet, establish rules and establish boundaries.
Okay, so
it's a new chapter.
Most couples, because it's in the best interest of the kids, should be sitting down and having a chat and going, this is what's reasonable and this is what's fair. But it's tough because when the other person is like, but I'm in love and they're fantastic and they're great and I want to be with them, that is a difficult person to negotiate with.
Ryan, you're in this situation right now, but your ex doesn't want your partner around the kids. What can you tell us about it?
I can tell you that in the space of 1 year in a relationship, you can fall more in love and understand what the definition of love is than a 17-year relationship where you get 2 children. That might sound shallow, but it's the truth.
But that's your reality. So you've met someone, Ryan, and you're introducing your kids to them, but your ex is not okay with it?
No, I wasn't allowed to see my kids for 300 nights. My 9-year-old son and 15-year-old son weren't allowed to spend a night with me. Only recently, through being extremely secretive. I don't care if it's been broadcast over the radio. It's pretty important. Being pretty secretive, remaining in a relationship, but nobody knows. Not my mum and dad, my brother, my ex-wife, my kids. Don't know that anything's still going on, but
you don't want to hide that part of your life, and you want your kids to be involved.
It's scary. It's like, so when I heard that, there must be a lot of people in the same position because they don't want to threaten the opportunity to be able to see their kids and don't want to come across as being selfish.
Yeah. They're scared to do it. You can understand why they're scared to do it.
Yeah. And you desperately hope that every parent has got the interest of the kids at heart here, that they won't put them in an unsafe situation.
Hey, Amanda, you've been through this. Your ex remarried and moved away. What can you tell us about this?
So basically, we divorced 6 years ago, and then a couple of years ago he got remarried and moved an hour away, and I don't get a say in him moving away, and I still have to go and pick the kids up from wherever he moves to when he has them on his weekends. But what it comes down to is you've just got to trust that the other parent is not going to put your kids in danger, as hard as that is.
Oh, but can you ever do that, though? I just, like I was saying before, if I was in this situation, right, and God forbid it ever happens, I'd need to know who this person is. I'd need to meet them. The idea of them moving in to the household that my kids are going to be living in, and I've never met them before and I don't know who they are, I couldn't live with it.
It's hard. It is really hard. And yes, I have met this woman, and no, I do not like her at all. And my kids don't really like her all that much, but unfortunately you don't get a say. Otherwise he can, in return, dictate who I date or who I invite into my house.
And I think, too, you hope that people are being really mature and it's not just about jealousy and there's no weird, just about whether you like her or not. Because I've heard a lot of positive things. I've got friends who have said, no, I'm really glad that he's met this new woman because she's actually way more reliable with my kids than he is.
Yeah.
She's feeding him better. She's getting him to school better than he is. Like some of them are actually like they're co-parenting with the new girlfriend or new boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Jury's out for me. Andrew, hey, one last one here from Andrew. Now, you're on the other side of this. You're the new partner. How's it been for you?
Yeah, it was very hard for a while. I mean, from the very start, like once, because we'd been together for a bit, and I'd met the kids and stuff, and met the partner only a couple of times, and but I've always from the start reassured the kids that I'm not here to be your dad, but I'm always here to be here for you. If you need any help, guidance, and stuff, I said your dad's always going to be your dad, and I said to my partner as well, let the your ex know as well the same thing. I'm not here to take over as the dad sort of thing. That's your role sort of thing. You need to, keep that up. But so long you're sort of transparent and let people know what your intentions are, because some people, I understand the guy thinking, he hasn't met him. And but sometimes you've got to, the mum's not going to let a weirdo be around the kids, like a crazy person. So you got to sort of, hope that she's found someone nice and
mate, I think you're one of the good ones. You sound like one of the good ones. I don't know that everybody's like that or everybody gets that opportunity.
When you first fall in love or you first meet someone, it can be really convincing and it can be really legitimate and it can feel very, so some people I'm sure get the wool pulled over their eyes, but yeah, okay.
Did we find an answer there? I think the answer.
I don't think there is one,
I don't know.
but I think that's really helpful for people to know that I keep those conversations up, try and put some boundaries in, and ask to chat, get together, try and have a chat over what you're going to do and how it's going to look.
Meet the other person. All right. Well,
good luck
with that.
It's Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins.
There is currently a large block of land for sale in Kewdale in Perth, but the catch is the land once had the house on it that belonged to the Claremont serial killer.
Started decades ago, young innocent women taken away from their family. Case that has gripped the state for a quarter of a century.
He's a killer. He devastated families and tormented the Western Australian community.
52-year-old Bradley Edwards found guilty of murdering Jane Rimmer and Kira Glennon in 2020.
The propensity evidence makes it more likely that the accused was the killer of Miss Spears, but it cannot prove it beyond reasonable doubt.
Sarah's body has never been found.
This block of land, I guess, highly stigmatised now because it doesn't have the house on it anymore. This is the house that he was arrested in years later. But the house has been demolished and there resides a now decent-sized block of land waiting to be snapped up.
800 square metres is like double the size of most blocks that are going.
Are you saying double? Because I see a lot of blocks for about 200 square metres.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, absolutely. $700,000, as you mentioned. When they purchased it back in 2000, they bought it for $135,000. We actually reached out to the real estate agent, producer Rami, to tell us a little bit, but we had a chat to them. What could they tell us about it?
They are getting slammed, first and foremost. No surprises there. But no, he was saying that they actually can't talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Right.
We're allowed to
They're not
discuss
allowed to
it.
talk.
Now,
You're
it's
not allowed
not.
to talk
We
about
should
it.
clarify. It's not his land anymore. Like it has been since purchased by someone else.
Yeah.
The new buyer did nothing with it and are now saying we don't want it anymore. We're selling it on. They're not saying why. Now we know they call it in real estate. They call it a stigmatised property. A stigmatised home, where essentially if people consider that a traumatic or a violent event has occurred there, that people consider that to be something that they should be told when purchasing the property.
Yeah.
Right? That agents should disclose to you that, like, something's happened. Now, technically, It didn't happen at that house.
No, that's not where the serial
So
killings
they
happened.
wouldn't have to. But in this case, they are openly saying this could affect the reason someone purchases the house or not.
It's one of the biggest crime stories of the last 30 years in WA.
Yeah, and therefore they tell you and they're upfront about it.
So, there you go. But there will be someone, I couldn't do it, but there will be someone out there who, knowing the history, will buy this house.
I mean, there was, of course, the home that gets talked about a lot, of the home of the Bernies, which was a terrifying and traumatic house where terrible things happened. And they renovated it. It was changed. The new buyers, it's sold a couple of times now. And they said they never had any. They have lots of lovely family memories there. They created new experiences. The house looked gorgeous. They did a gorgeous reno job. Like,
I'd be
does it matter?
saging. I'd set up a 24/7 saging station in a
Well,
house
that's
like
what
that.
I
I
mean,
just
but,
couldn't.
like,
I'd feel
you
the
don't-
evil presence.
But you don't know what's happened in your home. You don't know what's happened on the land. We are all living on land
True.
where a lot of stuff has happened.
But there are some people out there who do know the history of your house, and we would love to hear from you this morning. These incredible pieces of history that have happened in your home, 13 10 60, and yet you still went ahead and purchased the place. My uncle and aunt purchased a place in a suburb here in Perth, in Canning Vale, knowing that somebody had passed away in the back room.
Yep.
And I could not go in there. I could not go into the back room because I could feel it.
Mate, I couldn't even get you on the ghost train at the Royal Show.
Very true.
Like,
yeah. I'm a low bar.
You are a low bar for that.
yeah.
But genuinely, if you have got something going on in your house, even the real estate agents are now saying they might have to start disclosing paranormal activity because people are becoming so much more sensitive to the woo-woo.
Yep.
That they want to know about it.
Caitlin has given us a call. Good morning. Thanks for your call, mate. You rented a property and found out later it had a history. What was it?
So we found out some history that a young girl had passed away in the front bedroom of the property.
Now, this is where
I feel
I
like
have
this
issues.
is standard.
What do you mean this is standard?
Like, I don't want to be the person who comes on air and says this out loud, but we are all going to die.
No, I get that.
And that can happen anywhere at any time.
No, I know. But when you hear young
Sometimes
girl,
that's in a house.
I know that. No, I'm with you. But when you hear young girl has passed away in the property and now you've entered the property, I feel the vibe.
Were there
Caitlin.
vibes there, Caitlin?
It was very scary. The house was very cold. The front bedroom, I had a newborn baby, and every time we put her in the room, she would scream. So it was like this young girl was not happy. We ended up speaking to her, and she ended up coming good. And we stayed there for quite some time afterwards. But just the vibe of knowing that a young girl had passed away in the property it's scary.
Hey,
Yeah.
What do you mean she ended up coming good? Like, did
they
it
just
fe-
talked her
it felt
around. It was a
better? Like,
miscommunication.
We ended up speaking to her and just, like you would speak to a normal person, to say, look, we're not here to hurt you.
Yeah.
We're not here to harm you. We're
And
just
she was
here
like, no, fair enough. I'll chill out. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's a legit thing.
Louise, good morning. Now, you own what used to be a convent in the wheat belt. Is that right?
I do. Yeah, I do. Funny enough.
Has that got some vibes there, Louise?
Oh my gosh, it's got a lot, and I feel it every morning at 3 o'clock. I had a feeling that there was something in the house. Then I found out that a nun died on the toilet, and her room. Every night I hear the door go, and I hear her walk up the hallway.
Get out. The footsteps and everything.
See, now I've just got this vision of like a just perpetual ghost where you have to get up every night to use the bathroom. Like suddenly I'm like, what a terrible thing to be plagued with.
Louise,
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm used to it. I've been there 9 years and I'm used to it. So I just tell her, don't show yourself. I don't want to see you.
Would it have changed anything when you purchased, Louise, if they'd
Well-
said, hey, there's probably some ghostly activity going on here or there's some history at the house?
No, it wouldn't have, because at the end of the day, I've kind of grown up with that sort of thing in my life. So it's just another story, another chapter.
Oh, Louise, this sounds like we need to get you back on for a bit more of a
Tell us
chat.
all the other houses you
we
lived
would
in.
love to. Hang on, I'll pop you on hold. Pass you back over to the producers. Hey, Lockie, thanks for calling this morning. Good morning, mate. So your property manager didn't disclose what happened at your house. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so when I was a kid, it was just me and my mum at the house, and my bedroom was at the end of the hallway. And so mum went to just check on me down the hallway, and she saw this, like, tall man, walk towards my room. And she kind of freaked out a bit because it was just, me and her. And she ran to my room. She looked in the room. It was just me sleeping. and there was no one else in the room at all. And so she told my dad, obviously she was pretty shaken up. And so they did a bit of research into the property, and they found out that the previous owner, the husband, had been buried under the house.
Oh, jeez.
No. Yeah.
Mate, I just got chills through my body. Oh.
Yeah, it was a crazy story.
Oh God!
Wow.
Look, I've got look at my goosebumps.
Yeah, yuck.
Lockie, so when you found that out, was it like we got to get out of here, or did you stay longer? Like, what did you do from there?
We're going to put you in a Holiday Inn for 6 days.
What happened from there?
I'm pretty sure they wrapped it up pretty quick. They, after they found that out, they pretty much just jumped ship and definitely got out of there and moved to a different house. It was just creepy. They had like this really weird, like old water pumps at the front. Yeah, it was just a really weird place.
But just to know he's under there. Like, he's under the place. Oh, Lockie, thanks.
It's a lock.
Pete and Kymba with Ben Cousins. 6 to 9 weekdays. Save up to 50% off roller blinds, sheer curtains and Berta shears at ABC Blinds mid-year makeover sale. Book a free measure and quote at abcblinds.com.au.